is a rageaholic.
This is a grown-up tantrum.
If you call the cops, I'm going to come over there and strangle you.
They fear for their lives.
You threatened to shoot your parents because they wouldn't give you $20 for gas.
But they can't let him go.
Why did you let him back in?
Because of where he may end up.
Where do you think he will end up if he shoots the two of you in the head? Let's do it. Why don't we stop all the drama, stop all the fighting, and let's go get you better.
Here we go. Have a good show, everybody.
If I can help get this family back on track, are you willing to do that?
Pretty free. Take it.
This is going to be a changing day in your life.
I hate you. You're the worst bitch mother ever. You dumb, stupid bitch. You're the worst mother, and I can't wait till you die.
Well, is that a voicemail you would expect a loving son to leave his mother? Well, it certainly doesn't sound like it to me, and I know it doesn't to you either. Well, guess what? It gets worse. The charming young man behind the voice is 25-year-old Stephen, who, according to his parents, is a non-stop rageaholic. He screams, he threatens, he breaks things, and when he doesn't get his way, there is no calming him. There's no stopping him. He even steals from his mother and father when they refuse to give him money. So you would think that these parents would have invited this young man out of their house long ago. He's 25. Well, that would be a big fat no. He still lives there rent-free, no job. The only thing he does have to offer, apparently, is abuse and an out-of-control temper. Take a look, you'll understand.
Stephen gets incredibly angry. It's unreal.
When he's in his rage, he acts psycho.
His face turns beet red, and you can see veins popping out of his forehead. He just starts shaking. When I'm going off at them, I feel like I almost black out. I feel like I can't control what I'm doing. The consequences don't even cross my mind.
The word no just sets him off.
Mom, where the are you? I need money. How hard is it to answer your phone? You suck.
If Stephen does not get his way, he starts calling us names, throwing things, spitting at us.
He's broke my mom's laptop. He's broken dozens of phones. The list goes on and on.
Here's some holes that Steven's put in the walls. He's got the radiator vent there. He takes his anger out on that. There used to be a nice window here, a nice screen, but I've had to put this one on.
He was on the other side, and he just pushed the door at me, and my whole body just went through the screen. It is a never-ending thing with Stephen stealing. He steals from anyone and everyone. Stephen took my GPS, checks out of our checkbook, some Coach purses of mine, along with the wallets.
He's stolen DVDs, CDs, iPods, my socks, my shirts, even my underwear. It's so gross. I've taken many things and sold them or pawned them off to get money. I live an expensive lifestyle, and I live like I'm a millionaire when I'm broker than a joke.
I work at home because I don't feel comfortable going into the office while he's here rummaging through our house trying to find items to sell.
When my wife and I go to bed at night, she needs to bring her purse and any valuables into the bedroom.
Stephen is not remorseful or sorry. He thinks he's entitled to it.
Well, you heard the voicemail at the top of the show, and then you heard his parents just describing him, but we actually got a small slice of what life with Stephen is like when our cameras just happened to be at the family's house this past weekend. This wasn't staged. This just happened when we were there. Take a look.
Dad, I'm gonna...
Calm down.
Sorry, but listen, you gotta stop with that. You gotta stop getting in my life, stop butting in, let me talk to my girlfriend, and I will make sure she gets home safely.
Someone else needs to give her a ride home, not you, okay? I'm going to call the police if you don't calm down.
Yeah, if you call the cops, I'm gonna come over there and strangle you. You're butting into my back off and let me talk.
You stop.
She hates this when we argue.
She's in charge of herself. Calm down.
I can't calm down when you beat a...
Then take a walk.
That's what I want to do. Can we take a walk?
She doesn't need to go anywhere. She's afraid. Just stop, Stephen. Stephen, you better stop. Please, stop. Okay? You want it? You're going to go to jail tonight if you continue this. Back off,
Please
Stephen.
listen to me. Don't call the cops.
You're too close.
I'm begging you, don't call the cops.
Just go.
Please.
Just Stephen, what is wrong with you? Come on. Hello? Hey! Stop, Steven, stop! Just stop.
Let's get out of here. For real.
You called the cops?
Just go.
Stop.
Did you call the cops?
Yeah, he did.
No, I didn't. Just go. Please don't let me go to jail. How are you? The girlfriend was nervous and didn't want to be with him, so
The girlfriend was nervous and didn't want to be with me. She didn't
So
want to
I
have
was
me, so I parked
preventing
the
that.
car. I
And
took
he
a
wasn't
phone.
being cooperative, so I called you.
I didn't.
Please.
How
How about you stand by that car?
I didn't go
Okay.
at him, officer. I
All right,
promise.
how about you stand by that car?
Okay.
Talk to Dad.
My dad, he ruins everything. He calls the cops on me every time I act out. I'm so angry right now.
Okay, Stephen, let me start with you, and I like to just jump right in here because I don't want to waste any time. Sure. What's going on here? What are you doing yelling and screaming and cussing and disrespecting your parents?
I'm not clearly thinking. I get so mad, it's like I blacked out and I just don't even know what I'm doing.
Okay, so are you telling me that this is involuntary?
What happens is I get so mad that when I know what I'm doing, but at the same time, I don't think before I act, and I clearly don't think of the consequences. Mm-hmm. It's like in my mind, you know, I think about what I'm gonna do, and I just do it without even going any further.
Yeah. But you are thinking because you put sentences together. You threatened to shoot both of your parents in the head because they wouldn't give you $20 for gas.
Yes, sir.
Now, that's not, you had enough sense to put that sentence together. I'm going to shoot you both in the head. You've threatened to kill them many times. Now you're getting so specific as to say you are going to shoot them and you're going to shoot them in the head.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you guys here. And again, I'm moving towards something here. He's 25. Now, I don't know about you, but when I grew up, checkout time was 18. But he is now 25.
We had
so
to kick
that's
him out of
1,
the
2,
house.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years beyond checkout time. Why are you putting up with this?
We have kicked him out of the house. We've had the police come and have him leave.
He's living there now.
I
He's
understand.
25. Don't
he-
tell me what you tried to do. If you kicked him out of the house,
Okay.
he wouldn't be living
He
there.
has come back. He comes back. He has no place to go.
That isn't his choice. It's yours. Why did you choose to let him back in?
Because of where he may end up. I worry about that. He's still my child, and I do still have
Where do you think
concerns
he
about
will
it.
end up
On the street.
if he shoots the two of you in the head?
In jail.
Okay, he will be getting a lethal injection, or he will spend his life in jail as a convicted murderer. Come on. You know, I always talk about wake-up calls, and sometimes it does take coming here with somebody that doesn't have a relationship with you, so I don't really care whether you like me or not. All I care is whether you leave here and say, you know what, I got to respect that he told me the truth as he saw it. He didn't mince words. I don't have to guess where he stood. And so somebody needs to tell you the truth here. Why are you allowing this young man to abuse you? What you're doing is modeling for him that it is okay for him to disrespect women. Why?
See, I've told him many times to stop being disrespectful, and he does not listen. We have
well, that
tried.
explains it.
No,
So as
we
long
have
as you brought it up,
tried.
what did you want to say? You're wanting to jump in and protect her. Go ahead.
One of the reasons we're still putting up with it is because we're constantly trying to get help, and we've had a heck of a time trying to find the right help. We're working with psychologists, psychiatrists.
I know.
You've come to the right place. I know how to do this, seriously. I totally know how to do this. I get what needs to happen here. And what you need to understand is he doesn't like doing this. So you don't like behaving this way, do you? And here's the thing. The fact that you're allowing him to do it, the fact that you're allowing him to continue to stay in your house tells me one thing for sure. And I'll bet you if I gave you till this time tomorrow, you would not guess what that one thing tells me. The reality is he deserves to be out of your house.
I know. We created a monster.
The only difference between this behavior and the tantrums of a 2-year-old is you are taller. The fact that you're allowing him to continue to stay in your house tells me one thing for sure. And I'll bet you if I gave you till this time tomorrow, you would not guess what that one thing tells me.
That we still love him.
That's not even on the short list. What I know by the fact that you continue to allow him to live there, that you've let him call you, quote, a stupid bitch so much that you are desensitized to it. You said it doesn't even faze you anymore.
No.
Okay, the fact that you allow him to continue to do this tells me that you have put your emotional agenda ahead of his well-being. You are doing it because it makes you feel better because you at least know where he is. You at least know he's safe. You at least don't have the guilt of having to deal with the fact that you have put your son on the street. So you are more concerned about easing your guilt and creating your peace of mind than you are making the hard decisions about what it takes for this young man to grow up. You do it because it makes you feel better, not because it helps him. The first thing you told me without even thinking, the first thing you told me is, you know, I talked about you got to leave at 18. You said, well, but we worry about where he would go. We worry about where he would be, which sounds very paternal. But what it's telling me is you feel guilty if he's under a bridge. You feel like you failed as parents if he's out on the street.
Absolutely.
With no, so you get my point? So what you do is you allow this so you don't feel guilty, because the reality is he deserves to be out of your house, correct?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Do you think they should continue to let you live there the way you behave?
Absolutely not.
Okay, let's go over it just a minute so we can be sure we've got this. Things that you have destroyed when angry. You have punched holes in the wall. You've kicked bedroom doors. You smashed windows in on the storm door. You pushed through the screen door. I mean, you just went completely through it. You have destroyed heat ducts. You snapped 4 landline phones in half. You've dented the refrigerator door. You've dented the cover to the gas grill. You've kicked in kitchen cupboards. You've dented your dad's laptop. You've damaged casing on the door frames. You smashed the screen on your mother's laptop. You broke your mother's cell phone. Now, come on.
It's a big list.
The only difference between this behavior and the tantrums of a 2-year-old is you are taller. You are behaving in a, this is a grown-up tantrum. We call it rage when people grow up because we just feel like we need new words, but it's just tantrum behavior, right? He doesn't get what he wants. Give me $20 or I'll shoot you in the head.
Yeah.
Give me this toy at the grocery store, I'll fall on the floor and I'll kick and scream and yell and fight and kick you in the shins.
That's exactly
Kicking you in the shins has become, I will now shoot you in the head. I will yell at you, I will scream at you, I will break these things. He is venting rage here. And you are enabling them to do this. You are giving him targets to do it. You do it to them because it's safe. Because you know, you can predict what they're going to do, right? What are they going to do?
Give in.
Sure, I mean, even he knows. What did he just say? I said, what are they going to do when you throw these tantrums? What did he say?
Give
in.
That's how predictable. I mean,
I know, we created a monster. We just don't know how to correct it.
Stop it.
but you can't change what you don't acknowledge. You have to acknowledge that what I'm saying is true. You're letting him get by with this because you don't have the courage to face the alternative, which is to put him out. Because what mother puts her kid on the street? Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that goes against every instinct of a mother. It goes against every instinct of a parent, right?
Yes.
And look, I'm a parent, I get it. This is not a happy alternative. And I hope we can negotiate something short of that. But that'll be up to you. Am I getting anywhere?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
now I want to talk to you. We're going to find out what happened between Stephen and his brother Kyle that left Kyle with staples in his head. We'll be right back.
He hit me in the back of the head.
I heard a huge crack.
By the time I stood up, my entire shirt was covered in blood.
This situation could have ended very badly.
Not only does Stephen destroy things around the house, he threatens us on a daily basis.
I have told my parents multiple times that I would kill them or slit their throat or strangle them or choke them.
Stephen's threats are becoming more vivid, saying exactly how he's going to do it.
Last week, Stephen told me that he was going to get a gun and shoot us both in the head.
It prompted me to get a gun safe and put my guns in the gun safe.
We do not get a good night's sleep anymore.
We sit in bed and wonder if he's grabbing a knife and going to come in.
If things don't change soon, Stephen will kill us.
Well, Patrick and Lori are not the only ones at the receiving end of Stephen's attacks. Now, take a look at how an argument left his brother Kyle covered in blood, and then I'm going to talk to this young man about how this is all going to change.
I don't have a relationship with my brother because I don't like the things he does, and what he does to my parents is like, it's just so disrespectful.
One time, Stephen wanted some gas, and I refused to give him gas money, so he was upset.
I really wanted money to go get some gas and go hang out with my friends.
He was cursing at my mother and calling her bitch. I told him that he needed to shut up, and then he stood up and swung at me.
Kyle tackled him to the ground, and they started fighting. My husband was on the phone with me, and he ended up calling 911. And the cops came, and Stephen and Kyle both got arrested.
One day he was just pestering me over and over and over all day. We started wrestling around. I got up and I turned around and I started walking down the stairs, and he grabs a paper towel holder that's made out of wood and hit me in the back of the head.
I heard a huge crack when I hit him in the back of the head, and that's all I remember.
It knocked me down to my knees, and then by the time I stood up, my entire shirt was covered in blood. My pants, there's just blood everywhere.
My husband ended up bringing Kyle to the hospital to get staples. It was horrible.
This situation could have ended very badly. That was on the back of the head. You can kill someone by doing that.
It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand, why would you do something like that?
Okay, what were you thinking when you did that?
I wasn't thinking at all. I was filled with rage, as you would say.
And what were you upset about? What was it that Kyle did that made you decide it was okay to kill him? Because what you did, the only difference between him being dead and not dead is he just didn't die. Because what you did was at the level that could kill him. I mean, if you hit the right angle or whatever.
An inch lower.
Yeah, I mean, clearly. What was it he did that you were prepared to end his life?
I don't remember.
So what you're telling me is you came up behind your brother with a towel holder, you hit him in the head, split his scalp open, and he sits on the stairs, and as you sit here today, you don't even know what it was.
No.
What do you want to see happen?
I'm sick of living this way.
What do you hate most about it?
Everything.
And do you hate the way you feel afterwards?
That's the biggest one,
Do you hate the turmoil you feel inside at the time?
I hate the way I feel afterwards. It's the worst feeling in the world. It feels empty, feels hurtful, feels horrible.
If you were, say you went to the mall or something, you pulled up in the parking lot, and unbeknownst to you, your mother was there, and you saw her standing beside her car, and somebody was up in her face, raging at her and telling her, "You stupid bitch, you ignorant, dumb, crazy," yelling, screaming, spitting, what would you do?
Knock him out instantly. I would protect my mom. I love her to death. I love you, Mom.
Love you too.
So it would not be okay for someone to do that.
Not at all.
So it follows then it's not okay for you to do it.
Correct.
And I'm not sure why you let him do that to your wife, other than what I said before. You're kind of caught between a rock and a hard
Sometimes I'm not
place.
sure either. I wrestle with it every day.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about it, we do what we think, we try to get a plan of action. Our intention is not to enable them and let it continue, and we just have a very hard time with that.
I get it. I get what you're saying, and you think that I don't get it. I can see that very clearly. You think, okay, we came down here, he didn't get it. He didn't get it. And he said, do this, do that, do that. Come spend 6 weeks at my house and then tell me to do that. That's what you're thinking.
Not 6 weeks, Dr. Phil, 1 week.
Okay, so let me just default back to the first thing I said. Then they just don't have the privilege of being around. Look, this kid is behaving at a very young age, maturity-wise. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's go through a differential diagnosis here. He either has some type of neurological deficit. He's on a medication that is actually a stimulant.
Yeah, the medications are pretty scary. I mean,
It's a stimulant. So let's take a kid that's running hot and jack him up. I mean, call me old-fashioned, but that doesn't seem to make common sense. And you didn't prescribe it, so I'm not saying that's y'all. But there's nothing I can say to him that's going to matter if you guys don't support taking a different tack than what you've done. I can do things with him and get him so much better than what he is now. And if I put him right back in the same environment he's been in, with the same enabling, with the same guilt-induced parenting, he's going to go right back to what he's always done. There's no point in me working with him if you aren't willing to do what you need to do.
We need help making the changes.
All right, well, let's take a break. Stephen's grandmother says she's afraid Stephen will actually kill his parents if he doesn't get help. I agree. I don't think he would ever do it intentionally, but that would make you none less dead. So we'll be right back.
My mother definitely feels that I'm enabling Stephen. I actually give in to him because I'm afraid of him and I don't know what he will do. One of my mom's biggest fears is that Stephen will kill us. So she will call me every single day to make sure that I'm okay. She thinks that Stephen should go to jail.
Answer me this. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
These two people are the sweetest people that you'll ever meet.
Well, Stephen, answer this for me, if you will. What is it that you think you're really so angry about?
I don't know. I think it's because I feel like they're controlling my life. I feel like they're not letting me go. I feel like I'm still a kid.
Why not leave? You're 25, and you know where you want to go. Why not just leave? If I felt like I was living under somebody's thumb, I would go somewhere else.
I just don't have that option right now.
Why?
I don't have the money. I don't have a job. I don't have a life. And I just want to get that back.
Is that their fault?
100% mine.
But see, you can blame them for controlling you when what you're really upset about is you just don't have any options. You know, that's the issue, right?
Yeah.
You're controlled by your lack of options. You got to blame somebody, right? And it's so easy to blame somebody else than yourself. You know, why don't you have a job? Why don't you have money? Why don't you have a life? Because you haven't created a job, money, and a life, right?
Correct.
So it's you, not them. You're venting at them because they're handy. You're venting at them the same reason you knock a hole in the wall. They're there just like the wall is there. It's got nothing to do with that. It's you. And you've got to be willing to say, you know what? It is right. It is time for me to grow up. I don't know what to do. True?
That was one of my first questions to ask you. I don't know what to do. Where do I start?
He'll say to me, Mom, I do not like the way I live. I promise I'm going to change. I'm turning my life around as of now. 5 minutes later, he's swearing at me, calling me names, starting all over again, tantrums, throwing things, breaking things.
Because he can't. If you weren't there, he wouldn't yell at you.
He calls me on the phone and yells constantly.
Oh, my God.
He does.
I meant that figuratively.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Boy, y'all are so intelligent But you're so blind because you're up against this so much, which is why you're here, and I'm glad. But, all right, look, let me start putting some verbs in my sentences. Your grandmother's here, Linda. She's on the screen there. Linda, you been listening so far?
Yes, I have.
What would you like to add to what's been said?
I'm afraid that he will kill them.
So you think the
And I
risk,
check every day.
you think the threat is real?
I do.
Do you think
I think he will snap.
do you think he's an evil young man, or you just think he's got problems?
I think he has problems.
I want to talk to Stephen for a minute. So that means I want everybody else to just listen and let me talk to him. Because I know you'll have some things to add that I want to hear, but right now I want to talk to him. Look, here's the deal. Independent of what the cause is, and I have some theories about the cause of why you're doing this, it's unacceptable. And I truly believe that this is not a Stephen problem. They've all brought you here to get you fixed. But the truth is, it's not just a Stephen problem. This is a whole family dynamic problem. Now, you're the one making all the noise, so you're what we call the target patient. You're the squeaky wheel. You know, you're the one that's yelling and screaming and cussing and kicking and fighting and stealing and all of that. And you're going to want to stop that, because I'm going to counsel your parents to start letting you experience the consequences of your actions. Because if they don't allow you to start being accountable for your choices, you'll never learn to change them. Now, I'm also going to tell them that I am going to make arrangements for you to have what I think, for the first time in your life, a thorough, multifaceted evaluation to find out what's going on with you, mentally, emotionally, biochemically, hormonally. There are a lot of things that I think are being done to you instead of for you, not intentionally. And I could be wrong, but I don't think so. And so we're going to figure all of that out. And then I'm going to get a professional team to help you get control of your brain. Because I think you get into neurological storms that you experience as blackouts. And I want to teach you to soothe yourself and calm your brain.
Okay.
So you don't fly into these rages. I'm going to teach you how to spot them and stop them before they start. And then we're going to get you some help with a life manager that is going to help you set some short-term and some long-term goals and an action plan to achieve those. And if you remain under these people's roof, it will be because you earned that privilege by respecting the rules of the house and treating these people with dignity and respect. If you violate that, then they're going to go drop you somewhere and let you make your own way. I'm going to arrange for you to go to a place called the P&P Center. Do you accept that help?
100% yes.
And you guys all support what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
He's going to have to travel something to do because I want him to go to the best.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
the P&P Center is in Dallas, Texas, and it is, in my opinion, top-notch. The director of that clinic is the chairman of my advisory board here. I've known him for 40 years. His team of professionals there are unrivaled. And they're going to give this young man some answers, and I think you guys are going to be shocked.
Thank you, Dr. Phil.
All right, next, her fiance's drinking has led to fights and assault and even an arrest. She says she'll marry him if he changes. Well, I'll talk to them when we come back.
Justin becomes like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde when he drinks. He gets very violent.
They have a real short fuse, and when I'll punch a wall, throw a plate.
He needs to grow up.
Well, Jessica says her fiance, Justin, has a major drinking problem, which causes him to go psycho on her. Take a look.
When Justin drinks, it makes me nervous because I never know how he's going to be.
Jessica doesn't like when I drink, when I get home. The first thing I want to do, I want to sit down, I want to have a beer. I want to relax. In my eyes, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Justin becomes like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde when he drinks. He gets very violent and aggressive, and he breaks things. He'll punch holes in walls. He's kicked in the door.
So I have a real short fuse, and when I get, I'll punch a wall, throw a plate.
The night before my son's 3rd birthday party, Justin went out drinking. I woke up the next morning and he was passed out on the living room couch.
She pulled the blankets off me. That really pissed me off. The closest thing in the area was a Grey Goose bottle, and I picked it up and I threw it across the room.
He missed my son's head by inches.
Jessica pushed me over the edge.
One time, I started going through his phone and I found numerous messages from girls. So I woke him up and I was like, Justin, like, what is this? This is not okay. And he started pushing me. And I told him, Justin, if you don't stop, like, I'm calling the cops. I'm pregnant.
911 cops recorded with my fiance was just sitting on me and he's hitting me and I'm pregnant.
It was a big fight. Cops came and there was a little scuffle.
It took 5 or 6 cops to get him into handcuffs and to get him out the door.
I went to jail for the night, and that pissed me off because I don't think it should have got to that point.
He's not a teenager anymore. We have 2 kids together. He needs to grow up.
The things that she's saying in the video, do you agree with those things?
I do agree with those things.
Okay, so I kind of made a list. She says you punched her in the leg and left a fist-sized bruise, pinned her against the door, spit on her, called her a bitch when she was 3 months pregnant, kicked at her while talking to 911, punched out the car window, drives drunk to get more beer, has a few beers and a nip every day at 9:30 in the morning, spent the night in jail for pushing her, sped off, veering onto a lawn, threw a vodka bottle after she called you a name. True?
It's pretty valid.
Why is that okay?
I don't think it's okay.
But you do it repeatedly. It isn't just like you had a bad night one time.
I agree. I mean, it has been I guess it has been an ongoing problem, and I definitely need to work on some things, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah. So y'all are getting married?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, as long as his drinking changes, like, we need help.
Why would you continue to drink ever at all if it led you to do the things that I'm reading on this list here?
Sometimes I really don't know, and you'd think after, the things that I've been through that I wouldn't do that. You would think that a normal person would click and be like, hey, this is gonna ruin you, it's gonna ruin your life, and it's gonna ruin your future marriage, and it's gonna kill me, or kill somebody else. It's not safe and it's not okay. And I don't really know why I do it. I mean, I drink because it kind of sometimes relaxes me, and it makes me, at a better state sometimes. And sometimes, I do cross the line, and I don't know sometimes my limit. And that's a scary thing.
Well, yeah. If I could help you with that, would you take that help?
I would take that help in a
Okay,
heartbeat.
here it comes. Stop drinking. You can't drink. You should never drink again the entire rest of your life. I'm sorry, but you can't drink because you are so different from what we've experienced of you sober and the rationale that you have, the insight and understanding that you have versus the way you behave with the woman you love, the mother of come on. You are a completely different person.
You're right.
That means you can't drink. For you, it's poison. You're going to jail if you drink. Because you guys were listening to me talk to this first story telling his family that they need to start holding Stephen accountable.
Yes.
Well, I'm telling her the same thing. You got too many enabling people around you. Your mother. Justin's mother, Connie, says her son drinks because his job is stressful. Well, then I should be a staggering, falling down. I should be a staggering, falling down, commode-hugging, big white phone in the sky drunk. Connie's joining us on the phone. Connie, are you there?
I am, Dr. Phil.
Are you making excuses for your son?
I probably am.
Do you think that's helping?
No, it's not.
You said that he drinks because, hey, chefs drink. and that's just his way of dealing with stress, right?
Right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't make it good because it had too many, like you said, ill effects. It doesn't make it right.
Do you think these two should get married?
Most definitely not. They have trust issues, honesty issues, and jealousy issues.
Oh, well, more reasons that you should get married. Okay, we're going to take a break. Both Jessica and Justin constantly accuse the other of cheating. We're going to talk about that and what needs to happen to give this family really a chance. We'll be right back. Jessica says Justin's drinking is not their only problem. Take a look.
Jessica's always accusing me of talking to other women all the time, and I hate that, because I'm not.
I don't trust Justin at all because I've discovered numerous things that have made me suspicious. He's had pictures on his laptop that he shouldn't have had. And I did find messages in his phone, but if I try to bring up all of his pictures and all the little girls he talked to, he just brushes it off, acts like he did nothing wrong.
Jessica's always paranoid. I can't even make a phone call to my brother. It's like, who are you talking to? Where are you going? I get up to go to the store to go get some milk or something. And when I come back, how is your girlfriend? It's
I don't want to know his every move, but at the same time, he wants to know every move I make.
And sometimes I don't trust her from things she's done in the past. I was kind of looking around, poking through some of her messages. I started seeing some pretty raunchy messages, and basically in these messages, she was showing herself to other people, and that pissed me off.
After the incident happened, I gave him access to my Facebook, my email, my laptop, my cell phone to make sure I wasn't talking to anybody, but he has allowed me no access to anything of his, which makes me suspicious of Justin.
I don't think it's justified because I'm not doing anything.
Okay, what do you say about that?
He has had messages from other girls. I found them yesterday.
I was asking about you.
Oh, about me, yes. I was totally in the wrong for what I did. He did find messages, and I stopped. I have not done it anymore.
Why were you doing that? You were posting
no
up provocative pictures and that sort of thing?
There's no excuse for it. I shouldn't have been doing it.
But you did. Why?
Yes, I did. I don't know why.
Do you want to be with somebody else?
No, I don't.
Do you want to have an affair?
No, I don't.
I mean, I'm not offering. I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Came out a little wrong. I've got more game than that. You don't want to be with somebody else. You're not looking to get away from him.
No, I'm not.
All right.
I'm not looking to get away from her either. I mean, I've definitely made bad decisions, and I do need to, stop doing the stupid things.
All right, how old are you?
26.
And how old are you?
21.
The biggest issue we have here, there's really two. Alcohol is toxic for you. It's got to go. The other is you two are extremely immature.
Mm-hmm. We are.
You're immature in the way you fight. You're immature in the way you behave, the little fantasy games you play and flirting and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's immature.
Yeah.
You have children?
Yep. 2.
And they are how old?
7 months and 3.
So you've got responsibilities here.
Yes.
And you can't behave like you're still in high school.
You're right.
Come on.
I agree. I couldn't agree more.
And you can't drink.
Yes.
If you need to go to rehab, we'll talk about that. If you need outpatient care for that, we'll talk about it. I will do whatever I can to help you.
I'm open to
But I'm telling you, you can't drink. You're a young, strong man, and you're drinking to the point of passing out. You're drinking a lot.
You're right.
And if you're drinking beer, you're drinking a lot of beer.
Yeah.
That's a lot of beer. We're
right.
talking,
You're
we're
right
talking
about that.
cases here.
Yeah. I never really looked at it like that, but yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. You at least need to give yourself a chance to be a mature adult couple. You got a terrific girl here.
She's awesome. And,
Yeah.
and I've done some foolish things, and, I need to stop because otherwise I'm going to lose her, and I love her to death.
Right. So you're willing to make some changes on your end.
Yes, I am.
We're going to do whatever we have to get this alcohol under control. That's going to change a lot.
Yes.
If that was gone, this would be a huge deal. All right, we'll be right back.